Hello and good morning and welcome to the morning review where I'm going to take you through what to look out for in the coming days and week as certain deals start to go now as we head into the transfer window. Just 2 days away from it opening, and of course we at Football Insider here will be the first to bring you the news as we get it. So every morning, Monday to Friday, join me as I start to talk you through some of the big deals of the summer and those deals which are coming closer. So let's start today's morning review. Let's begin with Declan Rice quickly. Firstly, Declan Rice is agreed with Arsenal. There's been talks going on for a long time over this. I know there's been reports with Bayern Munich. I know there's been reports of Manchester United, and those two clubs are interested in Declan Rice. But it's keen to know Arsenal have done a lot of legwork here. There's been talks going on with the agents and Arsenal for a long time, and our understanding is Declan Rice has said yes to the proposals put forward by the Gunners, which leaves clubs to sort out their side of the deal. No official paperwork signed with Rice and the club, of course, which does leave room for other clubs to swoop in and try to get the man who's just lifted a European trophy for West Ham United. But Arsenal have been on this for a long time. We're expecting a deal of around £90 million to be done for Declan Rice between Arsenal and West Ham. Whether that's 80 million or 75, then add-ons, we shall wait and see. But today, this week, Arsenal and West Ham will sit down and try and get a deal done for Declan Rice. We're expecting the bid literally in a matter of hours to come in from the Gunners for West Ham's main man. Now, my colleague David Lynch also revealed 2 days ago Liverpool are working on two deals for Manu Kone and Kefren Turam. £35 million each is around the ballpark figure, we think, being discussed over these two very young, fit, energetic midfielders to help build that Liverpool midfield. They've already brought Mac Allister in for that unbelievable deal of £35 million from Brighton. £35 million for a World Cup winner in the current football market is quite ridiculous, to be honest, and Liverpool are looking to get another snag with two more players in the door with Thuram and Kone. We knew obviously this was an area that Liverpool were very, very keen to strengthen. We knew they'd bring numbers in that area too. James Milner has left the club, if you want to put him in the midfield bracket. Keita has left the club. Oxlade-Chamberlain has left the club. Jordan Henderson not likely to be able to play perhaps 50 games this season that is required, and they needed legs in there. Fabio Carvalho also expected to leave the club as well in some capacity too. So they are looking to bring in new bodies, new faces and a fresh approach, and Jurgen Klopp has been working on that. That is a key part of their transfer window. So Kone and Thuram are both looking to move. They both like the deal. They both hope to play for Klopp and in the Premier League. And Liverpool wants to get them nailed down too. Early business being done by the boys from Anfield. They want to get stuff done and ready to go for next season so Klopp can start working with their new players, because we are expecting them to bring in a number of players in this window, including a centre-back, left-footed centre-back as well, expected to come in, and they're working on that behind the scenes. But the key part of the team that needed fixing, you didn't need to be a rocket man, to a rocket scientist to understand this, is the midfield. Just on West Ham, Jared Bowen has serious interest in, and we did report on this a couple of days ago, and Jared Bowen has serious interest from Wolves, who have already made an approach for him to West Ham. We expect this will be quite hard for a club to do. West Ham not going to be keen to let him go. They obviously survived in the Premier League, have won a European trophy, are now in the Europa League next season. Bowen also contracted until 2025, so he's got plenty of time left on his deal, which puts West Ham in the driving seat for that as well. So we're not expecting any major movement unless a club can really do something tremendous in terms of an offer. We do know that Tottenham Hotspur also like him. Aston Villa have had a look at him, so Bowen has got a lot of interest. And as we said, Wolves have now made a move. They have moved to try and bring him to Molineux, but of course, as I said, key man for West Ham, lots of time left in his deal. You could even see West Ham offer a new contract as well in this window. He's the guy that got the goal. He's the hero that will be sung about for generations to come after West Ham lifted a European trophy. Unbelievable player for West Ham, vitally important. They will take a big offer to remove him from the London Stadium. Mateo Kovacic is on the brink of joining Manchester City. Personal terms were agreed and now clubs are coming to a conclusion too. We knew that Kovacic wanted Manchester City. We knew that he was set to leave Chelsea and he wants to play under Pep Guardiola, a player Pep Guardiola thinks he can really bring into the fold in his side, make his team better, which is hard to think of considering they've just won the treble, the quadruple next season. Maybe some people are already putting bets on that this morning, but of course, Kovacic set to leave. He wanted to play under Pep. We knew that he'd agreed to join Manchester City verbally already. That was something that had already been done, and now it's just down to the clubs to come to a figure and let him go. Kovacic obviously has 1 year left on his deal, and it wasn't look like a new one was coming anytime soon. We're expecting Chelsea to strengthen in that area. Lavia, Caicedo, both major targets for the club in that area, so look out for that in the coming weeks, especially Caicedo, which is being worked on at the moment. So Mateo Kovacic will likely be the first to leave Chelsea, first major name to leave Chelsea. Kante obviously on the brink of going to Saudi Arabia too, so look out for Kovacic over the coming days. We expect that to be quite a quick resolution to be between clubs and him to leave to join Pep Guardiola's treble-winning Manchester City. Sticking with City, Aymeric Laporte is also on the brink of an exit, contract till 2025, but struggling for game time now. He's had injury issues as well in there, but with Stones and Diaz and Ake and Akanji, Laporte is starting to struggle to play. Now, he was set to leave the club. We do know that Tottenham Hotspur have liked him for a long time, and we do know they tried to get him before. We also know that a centre-back is key for Ange Postecoglou and his start. They've already identified that's an area they need to strengthen and will strengthen in this window. However, I think it's keen to note Ange Postecoglou didn't change his centre-backs much, and he hasn't at previous clubs, and he didn't at Celtic. So he wants a player he knows is guaranteed to play every single week. And perhaps Laporte's struggles with injury could be something that are off-putting to the Australian manager. He has had interest from Aston Villa, he's got interest in Spain, Barcelona have liked him as well. So perhaps a move to Spain, for Laporte. And then obviously in France, there's been plenty of interest in him as well. So Laporte, set to leave City, great player, but coming now to his 29 years old, injury prone. Like I said, City have plenty of cover in there. They also are big fans of Gvardiol, who has been an unbelievable young defender, one of the best young defenders in world football, and they'll hope they can land him as well this summer. So we'll wait and see on that front, and that would again push Laporte further out the picture. So Aymeric Laporte, we're expecting to leave Manchester City in the coming weeks. We'll talk about Rangers quickly. We'll talk about Cyril Dressers. We do know that he has been a target for the club. Haji Wright, Matija Friggin is also, and Duvakis as well, have all been on the list for a striker. We know Rangers want a striker because Alfredo Morelos has left the club. Now he is a free agent. We'll find out his new club very, very shortly, so look out for that. And Dressers has been one on the list. A deal of around £5 million expected here if they are to get it over the line. He's contracted with Cremonese in Serie A until 2027, which means they hold the cards here and will get the amount they wanted. We do think it's around the £5 million mark that they would like for his services, and Rangers have had some talks with him over this. We'll wait and see if it's pushed over the line. We'll see in the coming days, but this is one we expect to move quite quickly. Look out for Rangers confirming Jose Cifuentes as well from LAFC. That will add to their signings already of Jack Butland, of Dujon Sterling and of Kieran Dowell. So Michael Beale building his squad now for next season, building the team he would like to compete against Celtic next year, because obviously they need to try and wrestle back the Scottish Premier League title after Celtic's treble-winning campaign. Celtic themselves obviously have a manager hunt underway. Kjetil Knutsen not expected to take the Ajax job, the Bodo Glimt manager. He has been a target. We know Brendan Rodgers has been continuously, or as I've reported, Brendan Rodgers has continuously been the number one choice. There has been some talks there, and they're hoped to maybe do something there. But Knutsen also one to watch out here. Francesco Farioli is a very, very talented young manager. I've spoken about him previously in another video too about Celtic, which you can find on the channel. And he is the type of manager they could perhaps go for. Very attacking flair, young coach too. So Celtic's manager hunt also still underway in Scotland as the two Glasgow Giants build or try to get ready for the next campaign. So that's just some of the news this morning as we head into another week where now things are getting quite hot. They're really hotting up. Things are starting to move a bit quicker. Big deals are starting to happen. Stick with us on Football Insider. Make sure you like and subscribe. Really helps us out. You can follow me on Twitter, link is in the description. And I'll see you tomorrow morning for the next morning review, and this afternoon when we'll be doing a video all about Rangers transfer activities. Cheerio.